Live from Ibiza, it's Café Diem with your host, Michelle Reed, and my guest, Dan Catter, the one and only from the Fitness Lab Ibiza. How are you, Dan Catter? How are you today?
I'm all right. Dan Cater as well. Yeah, you almost got it right.
Cater. I wasn't sure. Every time I try to put your name into anything, it tries to change it to Carter. So I knew that would probably be the first.
He's more handsome-looking Carter clan.
So Cater. My apologies.
Cater. Yes, no worries. It's like cater for your needs. Yeah. That's what I try and do on the island.
That's your middle name. Cater for your needs.
Cater, yeah.
How are you doing today, Dan?
I'm fantastic. Yeah, feeling really good. Yeah,
good.
I mean, it's always a great day when you're waking up and you can see the blue skies of Ibiza.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky. I hope you have your coffee with you today, because this is very much based around us getting very caffeinated.
I'm wide awake today. Yeah. So,
good. Cheers. Thanks for being a guest, Dan. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming to the cafe.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Let's start with your coffee, because that's really important to me. One of the things that I found that has kept me and my partner sane throughout this whole lockdown is the fact that we wake up every morning knowing that there's going to be a coffee in our near future. So tell me, what kind of coffee are you drinking, Dan?
Okay, so I wouldn't call myself a coffee snob as such. I'm very easily pleased when it comes to caffeine. So basically anything that I can make instant wise. So because I don't like to faff around. I like to get it, have it, and then drink it. So basically any sort of instant coffee. I'll wake up a bit bleary eyed. Just some coffee granules, water, and a bit of almond milk, and and I'm all good.
Cool. So instant. I'm not a big fan of instant, Dan.
Yeah, I'm really pleased. I'm a very simple guy.
Yeah,
cool. Simple things. Yeah,
cool. If you were to go to any coffee shop in Ibiza, what would be your coffee shop of preference then, or does it really matter to you? Wherever you get a pinger.
Living in Santa Eulalia, we have Project Social. We love going in there, not just for the coffee, but it's just a good vibe. They're always happy to see your face. Everyone knows your name. I love that type of community feel and we'll go into that a little bit more, which is similar to my sort of teaching ethos and my instructional ethos as well.
Yeah. So almost like Cheers. Did you watch Cheers? Was that like too American?
The coffee could be terrible, which it isn't, by the way. Yeah, I'm just going in for the social. So that's where I would normally go to have my coffee.
And that's close to home for you as well. So just down the road.
I can actually see it from here. So it's a stone throws away. That's the perks of living in Santa Eulalia. Everything is on your doorstep.
Yeah. And I know that Project Social serves meke. So we're big fans of meke coffee here. It's meke all day long.
Yeah, I'm a café con leche kind of guy. Yeah, very, very simple. So
cool. And in London, is it something that you go to the coffee shops in London, or not particularly? Just again, whatever's near.
Well, like when I was living in London, I lived there from like 2011 to 2018. Mm-hmm. And when I wake up in the morning, I got a bit of a sweet tooth. So I used to be like all the flavored coffees. So, there'd be like Starbucks and Costa. They'll have like the macchiatos and things like that. So I was a bit naughty back in London, because I would always go for the sweeter ones, which are about 500 calories. But I played football for like 4 times a week. I would try and play tennis. I would try and find an excuse to have it. Yeah. So, I'm going to be doing like 20,000 steps anyway. I'm going to have a naughty coffee. So, yeah.
That's the thing with we don't have those here, do we really? Like, it's not like you're going to get a huge coffee, what you call a naughty coffee, and walk around with it. It's very, very city focused for that, for sure. Definitely much more into the roasters, the local roasters here, for sure. The flavor. Yeah. We drink black coffee because so no sugar. So just like
I'm an almond. See, I have almond milk as well, so I feel like I'm making a difference, sort of thing, cool. Ecologically.
Cool. So. Awesome. So not a huge coffee snob, which is not good.
But I do drink it.
Yeah.
Easily pleased. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. From coffee, I want you to spill the beans. So I get all my guests to spill the beans. And what do I mean by that, Dan? Well, I am interested in what made you want to work in the health and fitness industry to begin with. So what I find fascinating about this is I get to know everybody's origin story. So how it's like you're superhero, you're a health and fitness superhero. And tell me, how did you get into it? I know you have a long-standing history.
So from a young age, I played football to a relatively good standard. I then, after a while, I sort of lost my mojo. I hit a certain age where I found sort of booze and going out, and then it suddenly put the skids on that lifestyle. So I then joined the Navy because I wanted to try and rediscover myself and try and find something that I wanted to focus on. So joining the Navy, I learned a lot about teamwork. I got fit, camaraderie, so that was the fundamental start to me wanting to work with people to try and make a better environment. When I left the Navy, I then moved to London, and I started training to become a PT, because it wasn't until the Navy that I felt like I can make a difference and be a personal trainer. So in 2011, I left Plymouth, where I was from in the southwest, and moved up to Luton. And, worked with Fitness First. Now, Luton wasn't the most attractive of places to go as a personal trainer as well. So I only lasted 6 months there, but then I moved down to Clapham, and and from Clapham, that's where I started to develop myself as a personal trainer. Started to get back into football again. Started to try and play a bit more sport, and became a class instructor. Now, that's one thing that I always wanted to do, but it's that the breaking down of how can I describe it? It's getting comfortable being uncomfortable. When you're at the front, it's very difficult. You've got all these people looking at you, depending on you to make things happen. And the more I did it, the better I became at it. And and now I've got my personality and my energy, which I like to think is unique. I like to think that what I offer is a lot different to what anyone else offers. So I was doing boot camps, circuit classes. I was even trying to do choreographed dance, which I don't have the hips for. I'm not a Zumba teacher, but and spinning is one thing that I was very, very big with in London, to the point where I was working for a bespoke spinning company called Ride Republic, which is in Parsons Green. And that again, that helped me develop as a personal trainer, and helped me. One of the things I feel like my strengths is my energy and my motivation, my want to help. And I do feel like, that is the USP that I have when people train with me. So, when I left London, we went traveling and came here, and I will tell you a little bit more about that in one of the further questions.
Cool. That's cool. So I've had guests that have come on that have said that it's been insomnia, it's been stress. A lot of people talk about stress, and then they realize that movement is very good for that. So I guess, from what I gathered from that is more like you say, like the military sort of side of it, right? We have a couple people on the island that have that military background as well, that seem to be doing really well in that motivation and that idea as well. So it's cool. Speaking with Neil from Commando Fit in the next couple of weeks as well. So it'd be interesting to hear if you guys have a similar story as well. So cool. Yeah. Very cool. And then, so from health and fitness, your origin story, your superhero story, how did you end up in Ibiza? And do you remember your first time here? Most people don't.
I lived there for 3 months in 2008. So if I didn't remember that, there would be a few problems. There's a lot I don't remember from it, So did a season in San Antonio, and you will never forget that. That's the way that how I learned to love the island. However, I learned to love one part of it. It wasn't until I came in the few years after that, you realise that there is life outside of San Antonio, because that's as a worker, you only stay there so you realise that there is a whole magical island here, which is neglected by a lot of people that come here. Any of my friends who come here, I always try and tell them, you need to go see something else. Don't just come here for the bright lights and the partying, because it is neglected, and I think the magic needs to be shared a bit more. Totally.
The wellness side of the island is so beautiful. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see with the clubs being closed this year, or if they're going to be open this year, what that sort of brings to us, because it's just getting bigger and bigger here, isn't it, for sure?
Yeah. I mean, us coming, or me coming in 2008, we then chose to come like like every summer from like 2012 to 2016. And it got to a stage where we were in London and we just didn't want to live London life anymore. And we bought a van and we went traveling through Europe.
Cool.
And we did a few countries, and we actually came to Ibiza just for 5 days in our van, and we ended up staying for 3 months.
Wow.
So we built up a lot of we made a lot of friends from that moment. But we were living in the van in August. It was like living in a sauna. It was horrible.
I can imagine.
So we left. We continued our travels. We went through like 22 countries in the space of 8 months, all the way down through Montenegro, Albania, all the way down to Greece, and then back up.
Wow.
Once we finished our travels, we were like, well, where do we go now? It's like, we have to start again somewhere. Ibiza. And that was in 2019 January. Cool. And we are here now. We managed to settle into a great community. We've got some great friends here. Managed to get my business going through sort of hard work and networking, and just being yourself, I think, is the key here. Don't be someone you're not, because people can see through that fakeness sometimes, and there is a lot of it here.
Yeah. So. Chasing the dream, Dan.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I'm living the dream now.
Living the dream. Yeah. Not chasing it anymore. Yeah. There'd be a lot of people who would be listening or watching back that they wish they could make the move to Ibiza. So we're very, very fortunate. I say we're the fortunate few who have done it, right? So sometimes you just have to shit or get off the pot.
Well, a lot of people say, look at the life you live. I wish I could do that. And it's like, you can. Yeah. Anyone can. Again, this goes back to my coaching ethos. You can do anything. Yeah. The only person stopping you doing anything is you. Yeah. So if you want to come to Ibiza, just plan and, take the risk. If it goes wrong, you can go back home. Yeah. It's shit or bust, isn't it? It's if you don't attempt something, you will never ever know if you can achieve it. And we did it, and it's come off. If it didn't come off, we had a house back home, and we could have just gone back to normality. But I prefer not being in normality. I prefer to be here.
Of course. Which is not normal sometimes, but hey, that's a different conversation. Yeah.
It wants to be normal. Normal's boring.
Yeah, I agree. That's the thing is I'd rather be a little bit out there than normal and boring. I understand for sure. Cool. I have a question for you. I'm dying to know, because you are very active. Are you still doing your quarantine classes online?
Yep, still do them. So straight after this, I have my video calls.
Cool. And I know that you, as I jokingly, your biceps and your pecs and your physique is definitely not made at home. So you must be dying to get back to the gym to lift heavy weights. What have you been doing for the last little while to make sure that you're maintaining your level of fitness and your physique? Okay,
so basically it has just been the classes.
Yeah.
30-minute classes, whereas, when I've been on the beach, I'm instructing. From an instructor's point of view, ideally, you shouldn't really be taking part. You need to be paying attention to everyone, making sure their form is correct, making people motivating, and just being that person who helps them push a little bit further. With the video calls, that's very difficult to do. So I had to get involved, and from doing that, I made you sort of neglect people's forms slightly, but that's when I was promoting this, I was like, this is an opportunity for you to have an appointment with me and me to be the energy telling you what to do, and it's up to you on your side how you do it. So it's something that I've really enjoyed doing. Some days I come in and go, right, I'm gonna take it a bit easy today. First 5 minutes, I'm going flat out, because the adrenaline's pumping, and I love it. And then the drum and bass finisher I have at the end, where I give people an excuse to. I go, okay, and any type of movement you can do, high knees, quick toes, it's just dance in front of the camera. I just use it as an excuse to be a little bit silly in front of the camera, try and make people smile. Because quarantine was very tough for a lot of people, and some people have said some very nice things about the class, having an excuse to wake up, feeling like they're keeping fit, being able to see people, feeling happy, dancing like silly, and you know, I love to hear things like that. Of course, it validates you as as a trainer, and also, you know, it validates you as a good person. You know, we all want gratification for anything we do right. You know, if you do something well, it's like, Michelle, thank you so much, that's brilliant. Yeah, because, you know, you want to know that you're making a difference, and that's what I want to do well. You know, I want everyone to be as happy as I am, because I am happy. And, you know, if there is anything that does upset you, there is a problem. There's a solution to every problem. And, you know, I think if we all saw that, we would all be a lot happier.
Okay, Dan, that's fantastic. But how are you maintaining your pecs?
Oh, right. I was saying that. Yeah. Basically, that is all I've been doing is body weight.
Yeah,
that is it.
amazing.
Yeah, but the fact is, I'm doing body weight every day to high intensity, high volume, and eating a lot, I guess. You know, I haven't been in the gym. I haven't been lifting heavy. I haven't really got the tools to do it here. So I'm quite a heavy lump as it is. So I'm guessing that's probably the reason. Yeah. Cool. You know, trying to lift 100 kilos is pretty, it's pretty tasking at times.
Are you looking forward to going back to the gym?
I am. Yeah. I'm really enjoying this class at the minute, because I enjoy the social of it. You know, if I had to do the intensity of this class by myself, I wouldn't. Yeah, because I need other people's energy too. It's I thrive off other people. That's why I love playing sport. You know, I love playing paddle tennis. I love playing football. You know, so I'm looking forward to adding those elements to training into my daily routine again. Cool. So I can do my fitness. I can do my weight training. I can do these classes every now and then. I could do my sport, and that way I'm hopefully going to be the complete model. But living in Ibiza, you know, lifestyle and that is a hindrance sometimes.
It's all about balance.
It is.
We're very balanced here.
And again, that's part of my ethos. You know, there's no point in having the perfect body and being bored and unhappy. Yeah. It's like, you know, if you can have an element of balance where you go, right, okay, I'm gonna have a great weekend, but first I'm gonna train hard, work hard. You have a good weekend, and then come Monday, don't feel sorry for yourself. Go, oh, why did I do that? You know, own it, and then train hard again, and you know, mentally you'll feel a lot better for it.
Yeah. Of course, that's a brilliant mindset, Dan.
Thank you. I think a lot of people have that mindset, but some people just need to be coached sometimes, because some people can just let their head drop a little bit. So that's why you always need to make sure you identify those people. Go, okay, you've had a good weekend, but come on, let's get to it again. And suddenly you never regret a workout. No, you just don't want to do it in the first place.
Yeah, of course. No, it's true. It's very, very true. And if we're talking about your business specifically now, so the Fitness Lab Ibiza, who are the people that you're helping with that? And besides right now with this quarantine team, when you're working one-on-one, who are you working with, and what are you doing for them? And tell me a little bit more about your business.
So a lot of the people that I have picked up from when I've been since I've been here, you know, word of mouth is one of the most powerfulest tools in business, especially on an island. Yeah, if I do something good over in Santa Eulalia, San Antonio might know about it within a week. Yeah, you know, because everyone knows everyone here. So
all the expats for sure.
So it started off with just friends at first, I guess. You know, I had friends in my class, then people saw what I did in my class, and then they wanted to have that privately. So the people I train basically have been sort of friends, and then friends of friends, and then, you know, friends associates. Yeah, so I've gone from training, you know, people with, I'd say, you know, I'm training people from different demographics, but, you know, now I'm sort of being referred to other people who live off the island, people like with large businesses. But basically, I think people always end up training similar people to themselves. Because you need to be able to relate to that person. If people want to do a fitness competition, I'm not that man. Yeah, because the way you have to live is not a way I believe in living. It's because you know, you become very regimental with what you're consuming. It's a way of getting body dysmorphia, because you're never happy. You know, you're craving to be quite an unnatural looking unilateral looking physique. So basically, the people that I am training are the ones who want to be able to. We live in Ibiza, we live in Ibiza because we enjoy the lifestyle here. We enjoy the freeness, sometimes the party and the social. So you want to be able to do that, but then get the exercise done at the same time. So people who can see that in me go, okay, you live a great life, you're happy, you can maintain yourself. How do you do it? And that's how I train the people I do.
Cool. And what kind of help do you give them? So if you find a new client or somebody that's interested in working with you, what is it that you offer them, Dan?
Okay, so of course the training is the main core of what people are asking for. Have a mentality part. I don't call myself a trainer. I try and call myself a well-being coach now, because I want people to focus on their mentality more than their physique, especially with women. A lot of women are very critical of themselves and how they look and how they feel like they should look because of how the media perceives how people should look. So I tell people that they need to focus on feeling good about the exercise they're doing first and what they're consuming, and once that happens, changes happen. A lot of people put a lot of pressure on, I'm not losing weight, or people are impatient. So you need to teach people trust the process, which is what I try and do. So I'm not just there for the hour that I train people. I'm constantly messaging them like once a day. However often people need that communication, because I need to know how they're feeling. We trained yesterday. How do you feel? Well, I feel great. So what are you going to do today? Well, I'm going to go for a walk. So I'm trying to think of the word where they accountability. There we go. Good. So I get my dictionary out. It's the accountability people need. They need to, because if I didn't message them that, would they go out? They might not. No. So people need to know that someone's thinking of them. And the way I've described it before is, imagine I'm your parent and you've just done a painting, and you've done it really well, and you want, Daddy, that's brilliant. Okay, I'll put it on the fridge. That's how I say it. You say, anything that you've done, tell me about it, because I will make sure you're praised for it, because that's what we want. All the efforts that we do, we want to be praised for it.
The little victories, we like to call it in this household.
The big goal.
Celebrating little wins.
And a lot of people, they go, right, okay, I want to lose 3 stone. You're not going to lose that in less than a year, I guess. So you go, okay, well, every week, let's try and get you training 3 times a week. Oh, we got you training 3 times a week. Brilliant, tick. Okay, now we've got you training 3 times a week. Let's try and get those 10,000 steps in between those 3 times a week. Brilliant. And then you just keep going on. So, okay, there's a half marathon coming up. Should we try that? Yeah, good. Little goals. Yeah, always have something to work towards, because if you don't, it's sort of a hollow journey that you're on. You always need something to work towards.
Super. So we know who your client is. We know what you do with them. Now back to you. How do you know, what's the feeling for you when you know that you've helped them? Besides, of course, there's good reviews, but and that's just a given with anybody that you feel that you've helped. But what's that sort of passion for you? You're like, yeah, they've done that. Tell me about that. Give me some juice on that, a little bit of feeling. Yeah,
whenever I feel like I've helped someone, it's like I feel like we all have a purpose. We all have our role in the game of life. And I do feel like that is one of my goals. I like to feel like every person who meets me, whether it's a client or just a stranger, I like to feel like whoever. It's like, he made me smile or something like that. I just want to, and that makes me feel good. It validates my position on this planet, I guess. So, and you always know when people are making changes, whether it's physical changes, you can tell people's body language, you can tell people's confidence, you can tell, it's very visible. It might not be visible to everyone, but you can tell when people are feeling down. You can tell when people are feeling good, and that's, again, from body language, how people's heads are, how people's face are, tiredness, so yeah, and sometimes it's those people you need to identify quickly and sort of at least acknowledge them to know, I see what you're going through. If you need any help, because then you're just giving people an option to, talk to you about something, and it doesn't need to turn into PT or anything. It's just that letting someone know you're there to hopefully make them be able to share what is going on. And I feel like there's been, especially through quarantine, everyone's gone up and down. I've gone up and down. Even PTs need PTs. Yeah.
Coaches, we need coaches.
Coaches need coaches. Yeah, and like there's been times where I know my wife and mum be saying this. There's times where Louise felt a little bit down. There's times that I felt down, and one of us will pick the other one up. Quarantine has been very difficult to a lot of people. Whether it's to do with work, money, I think mainly. Being trapped inside an apartment with kids, so it's those people that you need to go, okay, I know what you're going through. Some of us are going through the same. This is what we're doing. This is how we're coping, and a problem shared is a problem halved. Yeah. But a lot of us, we're too shy to admit there's a problem sometimes, because it's seen as a weakness, and it's not a weakness. No, we're all going through it. It's, sometimes we've got to swallow our pride and go, I need help. Yeah. And we all need to do that. Yeah. No matter how hard we may seem sometimes.
And if this sounds good to people that don't know you yet, Dan, how can they get a hold of you? What's the best way for people to contact?
So, my Facebook and Instagram, Instagram, the Fitness Lab _Ibiza. Also, I've got the Fitness Lab Ibiza on Facebook. You can approach me directly, Dan Cater on Facebook, not Dan Carter. Yeah. I'm not good at the rugby player, unfortunately. And my mobile number, which is on all of those socials as well.
Cool.
And even if it's not to do with getting involved in this, if there's any advice or help, if I can make a difference, then please get in touch.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. Now, what I'm going to try to do is give us a little drum and bass finisher. So we're going to try.
Okay.
Let's see if
do I need to orientate the laptop so I can stand up?
Well, you should, get yourself comfortable here. So it's just a little clip. So what I'm going to try to do, it's probably going to end up sharing my screen. As this is live, anything could happen. But what I want to do is just
stand you up, right?
So, cool. Let's see. So here we go. Thanks for being a sport. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Is this your DMP finisher? More scans. We need more scans. Yeah.
I need.
Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yay!
Oh, hilarious.
We've all got a DMB finisher in us.
That's funny. Thanks, Dan. That's funny. That was one of my favorite DMB tunes. And luckily, I live with a DMB producer. So if you ever need any DMB finishers, you know who to ask.
Yes,
awesome.
Yes.
Cheers, Dan. Appreciate that. So if you're looking to get a hold of Dan on his platforms, again, you have Facebook, which is the Fitness Lab Ibiza. I think you said Instagram had an underscore. Can you repeat that for me, Dan?
_Ibiza, yeah.
Bloody hell, the Instagram and the underscores, I tell ya. And I just want to make a mention of next week's guest. So we're going to go from the Fitness Lab Ibiza. We're going to go into a children's yoga and mindfulness teacher called Emma Sabine, who runs a brand called Super Kala. My heart rate just from doing that 20 seconds on the drum and bass finisher.
I've got a half an hour class if you want to jump on.
I can imagine. I will join that one day for sure. Probably not today because I'm going to jump in the sea next. So Emma Sabine from Supercala. And then, of course, if you're looking to get a hold of Café Diem, so this is our 4th in the series. And good news, we're going to continue into June. So I've got June booked up. So some quite exciting guests for June as well. So Instagram and Facebook, Café Diem Ibiza. SoundCloud is Café Diem Ibiza, and then of course YouTube, which this will go back on YouTube, so it's a Café Diem Ibiza as well. Very easy for everybody. And myself as well, if you're looking to get your health in check, so you could go with Dan if that sounds great, or also for me, I am Unconditional Love Fitness on Facebook. So brewed in Ibiza out of a love for black coffee, early mornings and well-being. This is Café Diem Ibiza, and I thank you very much, Dan, for being my 4th guest and raising my heart rate. We're doing a little drum and bass finisher.
Hey, you did that. Hey, you take the credit for that one.
Well, that's another common bond for us is drum and bass.
Of course, yes, yeah. Maybe different genres, but we won't talk about that right now. Maybe we could do a drum and bass on the beach together. Drum and bass on the beach. Let's talk, yeah?
Yeah, since we're both based in our good old Santa Eulalia. Super. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. And thank you for everybody for watching. And we will see you next Wednesday for a new guest, Emma Sabine. Adios, everybody.